Howdy, y'all. It's Dr. Edwards again. This time, doing a couple of videos. First one that you're seeing right now is a kind of a general overview of what's on plate for this module, week 3. And yeah, we have one official assignment, and that is a discussion. And this is really, how to put it, yeah. What you're doing comes with feelings, to be sure. Oof, boy howdy. Uh, yes, if you're not frustrated, um, that's pretty unusual. Because I swear that you know research, conducting research is possibly one of the most frustrating things around. uh, yeah, and there's all the obstacles and stuff. So for this discussion, open the floodgates, please. Share your experience. What are the issues that you're encountering? How are you getting over them? Are you? Um, you know, um, there's real no like very focused prompt, if you would. So make sure to check out my pin thread, read me before you post. I try to offer some insights on what you should focus on in there. But to tell you right here, right now, the primary focus is going to be on sharing your experience so far. Okay. And yeah, usual due dates, initial post due by end of Thursday, at least 2 response posts due by the end of Sunday. Yeah, scrolling on down here, there is a milestone 2 reminder. It is not due this week. All right. It's due at the end of next week, but we always got to be thinking ahead. And so I offer reminders, and along with that, I have some very focused and targeted support materials, extra resources. And while you might think of them as extra, they're not really extra. These are for you. And largely because there are certain gaps that need to be addressed, and I don't know how to say it. I can't, you know, practical example here. Most of you probably have not had any real experience with theory. Well, uh, I am here to fill in that gap. Okay, and to do that, I have drawn on all sorts of resources, and pulled a lot of things together to help you out. All right. For example, I have lots of sources all about theory. All right. Scroll on down here. A great place to start is actually the first link that I share there. It's a guide prepared by students for students. Yeah, click it. Check it out. It gives really nice, concise, kind of intro understandings, which is, to be clear, all we're really looking for here. We're looking for a basic application and understanding the theory. All right. No one is expecting you to be a theorist. Okay. Yeah. Some really good stuff here. You got History and Theory and Anthropology by Bernard, 2004. It gives a really nice overview of theory, and where theory has come from and how theory has developed through time for very various things. Generally speaking, we all this falls under the umbrella of what we call social theory. All right. And that's really understanding the human condition. That's what all that theory's oriented about. We got Visions of Culture, an introduction to anthropological theories and theorists, 3rd edition by Moore, 2009. Again, very similar to the Bernard, but with additional insights. We got an overview of anthropological theories by Dia et al. Again, really nice, gives you great insights. Theory and Anthropology since the 60s by Ortner, 84. This is one of my all-time faves. And if you all pursue anthropology, guess what? This is required reading. And let's see here. Theories of Practice in Anthropology, a critical appraisal by Baba, 2000. this is some really good stuff. Uh, yeah, and so one of the most fundamental problems students have with theory is figuring out what theory really is going to serve them and their goals, right? Because theory is nothing more than a unique set of lenses that you look through to interrogate something, to analyze something, all right? That is literally what theory is for. You might think of it as like a formula. All right, x plus y, minus 2, whatever, in this elaborate formulaic thing. That's kind of what theory is. It's a very particular uh, algorithm, maybe. It might be another kind of like analogy you could use here. And by only looking through that, all right, or only applying that, it reveals particular things about X, your thing, your problem in this case. Um, yeah. So I've tried to streamline things here considerably to help you all out. And I have some very key professional advice here in purple. I say if your problem is a human environmental problem, and it looks like lots of you are focused on such, I want to share some targeted resources for the best combination of theory you can use to analyze any human environmental problem. And those are the theories of cultural ecology and political ecology. They are industry standards for human environmental problems of any flavor. Uh, yeah, and so I've gathered together uh, some very targeted, focused resources about these particular theories, since I see so many of you focusing on human environmental problems. All right. And, I give you a little background about them, right? I got some, here for cultural ecology. I have the seminal piece. This was the piece that demonstrated its utility and cemented it in the canon of theory for all the social sciences, if you would. And that's the work of Marvin Harris. He wrote The Cultural Ecologies of India's Sacred Cattle. Absolutely amazing article. I highly encourage you to read it. And to be clear, I'm not asking you to do what Harris did. Right? At a basic level, cultural ecology is understanding the unique relationships between people in a particular place and their environmental resources. Nothing more. Yeah, I have a nice link in there that takes you to an overview, but caution, that link is not a scholarly source. It's a general reference source. You need to be good scholars, good researchers, and follow the breadcrumbs, okay? Check out the sources of the source. All right, that's how we do it. Yeah, let's see, I got a nice little video that kind of outlines the theory. Yeah, uh, let's see here. And then I share some insights about political ecology. Yeah, just to give you a quick uh, understanding. So if cultural ecology is all about understanding the unique human environmental relationships between people in a particular place, political ecology is actually all about understanding how choices and decisions made regarding those things, those resources, are inherently political and have specific effects. All right. You could think of it as the ecology of the politics surrounding human environmental stuff. All right. And to be clear, it's all political. All right. And let me clarify things for real quick. Politics, from an anthropological perspective, does not mean political ideology, does not mean political party, does not mean political beliefs or values. None of that. All right. From an anthropological perspective, politics is nothing more than the negotiation of power. All right. Who controls access to things? Right. And to be clear, that is not necessarily limited to a single individual. Right? Rather, we tend to have large bureaucratic systems that negotiate such. Like, oh, I don't know, Department of oh, that wasn't a good one. What's a good one? Department of Fish and Wildlife. There we go. There's an entire federal agency focused on uh, outlining, prescribing, enforcing policy surrounding particular resources. All right. And guess what? That results in some having access to certain resources while others do not. It is inherently political. Yeah. So scrolling on down here, I got some kind of parallel resources, just like I did with cultural ecology here. You know, I got a link that kind of gives you a nice overview. But again, this is not a scholarly source. This is a general reference source. So be the good detective. Follow the breadcrumbs. Go check out the references of the source. Yeah, I also have a video. Oh, wait a second. Double check this, make sure it's working. Yeah, I have a video by one of my mentors, Paige West. She's super cool. Anyway, Paige West is an infamous political ecologist, highly influential in my own work. Definitely worth a watch here because they focus on the history of theory and how it emerged from the study of isolated communities and the connections to external structures that impact their social lives. Right? She defines political ecology as a critical approach that sees environmental change as caused by both natural and human structures with differential impacts for individuals within those structures. That's all about some having access, privilege versus others not. Political ecology inherently highlights disparities in so many ways. So yeah, an excellent video. Encourage you to check it out. Um, yeah, and then this is actually where I'm going to end this video because this is just a nice overview, if you would, of what's on plate for this week. I'm going to be making another very focused walkthrough of my milestone checklist, milestone 2 checklist outline to go with that part of this of the announcement. So make sure to check it out too. I do these to help you better understand, further orient you, share tried and true strategies, you name it. So I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.